this tutorial, we will be discussing lipids. Lipids are biomolecules that contain fatty acids or a steroid nucleus. Soluble in organic solvents, but not in water. These are nonpolar, which means that they can't interact with water, which is why they're not soluble. It comes from the Greek word lipos, which means fat. And they're an important feature in cell membranes, fat-soluble vitamins, and steroid hormones. Lipids are characterized by two structures. Lipids such as waxes, fats, oils, and phospholipids are esters that can be hydrolyzed to give fatty acids and other molecules. But notice fatty acids, that's the important part. Steroids, also lipids, don't contain fatty acids and cannot be hydrolyzed. They are characterized by the steroid nucleus, which are four carbon rings fused together. So if you look at this chart, we have the fatty acid lipids on one side, and we have the steroids on the other. Once you get to steroids, that's all you have. There's only that one category for the steroids. But with fatty acids, we have waxes, trialkyl glycerols, glycerophospholipids, and sphingolipids, all containing fatty acids. If we take a second to look at the fatty acid in itself, that's a carboxylic acid, and that's why it's considered an acid. This zigzag line here is a carbon chain. That carbon chain is a whole bunch of carbons bonded together, and that's the reason why it's nonpolar and won't mix in with water. Lipids are characterized by the presence of fatty acids, or steroid nucleus, which type is described by the following. Contains a fused four-member ring system. This would be the steroid. Contains long carbon chains and contains a carbonyl groups. Remember, carbonyl groups is part of the carboxylic acid, so those would be the fatty acids. Which of the following is not a characteristic of lipids? They may contain carboxylic acid group. That's true because that's a fatty acid. They may contain a four-ring structure. That's true because that's a steroid. They're soluble in water. That is not true because they're nonpolar. And once again, they're mostly nonpolar. And that's your overview of the introduction to lipids.